What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It is very much January 2025 and it is very, very cold outside, and I am up in the cold attic. But I remembered I do have some rocks that I found when I was down in the Ozarks in Missouri and Arkansas, and I thought they were really cool. We were at an Airbnb and I thought these were so cool. It was all on a hillside. Look at that. That one I'm really excited about. It's like light blues and dark blues, but also like matte. It's got like a 1200 grit sandpaper feel. A lot of these have that striation in it. This one's really slick. So this one doesn't have a rough feel at all. That's I almost think that's just chert. I have a feeling these are almost all chert. This one like looks like chalk, but it's actually hard. Like, it doesn't scrape off with my finger, but it looks like it could. I think I'm going to have a whole lot of slime build up in my lapidary little pool. This one's also got some striations. I think I'll cut that in half and make a cab. Google Lens, when I ran it through Google Lens, a lot of these, it's like, it just wasn't sure. It's like, oh, it's chert, it's jasper, it's, oh, what's it called? When it's a fossilized tree. This one's really cool. I don't think I'm going to cut this one up. I think I'll use this just as a specimen if I can get all that rust color off. But look at all those crystals on there. Same kind of thing, a lot of striations, and in all those pockets, a lot of crystals popped up. But I think that would make a nice, if I can get all that red from the river, that clay color out, I think that'd make a nice, just a specimen to sit on a shelf. This one, I think, was part of a cave at one point. It was starting to, you can see the ripples, the, what is it, calcium carbide. When it was just starting, you can kind of see that. And it just got crunched up and thrown into the rock pile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw these on the tile saw and cut them up as best I can. It's a very small tile saw, so I'm really struggling, but I think I could get some really nice cabs out of these. I like matte colors. I like jaspers a lot, so whether these are chert or jasper or flint, oh, look at that. Look how cool that is. I think these are going to make some really nice cabochons, and I eventually can turn them into jewelry. Oh, this one I like a lot. That one's going to be really small, but I think it will come out really cool. So stick around. Oh, I think that one's definitely chert. Look how slick and smooth that is, like what arrowheads are made out of. Stick around and let's slab these up and then dop them up and then cab them up. Let's go. Alrighty, so what I'm doing right now, I'm just getting the back of my cab flattened out. I'm using a 80 grit on my little lapidary. And let's see if I can get some definition on these. Yeah. Look at how sexy that's looking. Oh, look at that striation pattern. Look at those colors. This is going to be very small because I got to take away a lot of material, but it's going to be very, very cool. Right now, I've got a rough top, a flat bottom. Right now I'm just trying to get the sides nice and even, and that's about ready to start cabbing up. I've got to put a dop stick on it still, but that's about the size it'll be. That'd be nice for a pendant or a ring. I might try and make it more oval, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it more natural looking. We'll see. All I'm going to do is put a little blob of super glue on there. Then I'm going to put my dop stick right there, and I'm going to hold pressure on it, and I'm going to come over here and get some baking soda. Then I'm going to just kind of spritz it around there, kind of pack it around there. That helps the super glue to dry. I can pick a little bit up. All right. And now I'm just going to let it sit and dry. All set to go. So this is one stone I split in half. It was like that, and I split it on the tile saw. You can see the striations really good on the top one, but when I open it up, whoops. Look at that. So different. Okay, here's the next one. I'm gonna go into the slab cutter, the tile saw. So let's see if I can get, ooh, hopefully at least 3 slabs out of it. Let's see. First slice through on the tile saw, I got a little chunk fractured out and broke. So I'm gonna try and do one more slice, but I'll just try and go slower and see if that helps. But it might just already have enough of a weakness in the stone where it's gonna break anyway. We'll try it again. That did work a little better to go slower, but you can see, I'm hoping you can see it on here. It's almost like right through here where it's all orange, like the river water seeped into it like a fracture. So I feel like I'm going to be fighting fractures with this thing. It's still really cool and beautiful though. I'm going to try. I think we can get some really nice cabs out of this. So, well, let's keep going and slicing. Next one up, I'm really excited about. This one is blue, so it's like cream, and then a light creamy blue, and then a dark creamy blue, and it's all matte colors. So this, and it's also like got like orange over it, like from the river. So I think once you start polishing it, it'll get rid of that orange. It'll just come out in all like hues of blue, and it's gonna be really cool, and I'm excited. I might be able to get a small, tiny cab out of it from this top part here, but I think it's mostly going to be like a 1/4 inch here and over. It's going to be really cool. I might just get one really cool one, but we'll try. All right, good news. I cut it with the tile saw. Nice. You can see the blue hues a little bit better, I think. I might be able to get a little small cab out of this one, so I'm happy about that, but this one came out pretty nice. I'm gonna flatten both sides, and then I'll be ready to make a nice blue matte cabochon. I'm super excited about that one. Yay! All right, so I've been cutting away, making it nice and flat so I can work it, getting the girdle pretty as even as I can all the way around. You can see the color's a little better now. It's more of a grayish blue. Still pretty cool. I'm gonna try and finish up the final shape and girdle height, and then I'll dop this up and go on to the next stone. Okay, so here's that blue stone. I've got it in kind of a cut off triangle. Let's see if I can get you a color. Yeah, that's about where I'm at with that part. I'm gonna get that dopped up, and then we can start rounding out the edges and give you a better idea of what it's going to look like when it's finished. Alright, so here was the side I showed you earlier, and then here's after cutting it on the tile saw. Look at all that. Definitely going to be able to get some very interesting shapes out of this, and very, very cool. I just switched my old 80 grit to a new 80 grit disc because my other one was getting pretty wore down. I need a big, strong, thick grit because I've got some really thick chunks to kind of grind down to where I can use them as slabs. I've been having good luck getting the sides ground down with the old 80 grit, but it's just too worn down. It's taken forever. Like this took forever just to get that little bit done. So I'm gonna be oops, turn that back on. I'm gonna just by hand be grinding it down to where I can have the slab I want, and then just start shaping it. Oh yeah, that took a bit off more. Alrighty. had been doing quite a bit of hacking off of stone here because there were so many dips and valleys I had to take out, but here's what that one rock is looking like right now. Got them at a pretty good thickness, so now I just got to put them on dop sticks. I'm thinking of doing a polish on both sides instead of just having a flat bottom, but you can see that long crack. I think that's going to be giving me issues, so I'm just going to take it over to the saw and just cut it like that. It'll be smaller, but I won't have to fight that thing cracking on me later. I like how that turned out. It'll be double-sided so you can get a little bit of a different pattern just depending on how you wear it. Cool. Alrighty. I have a fairly good collection now of the rocks cut up and shaped and placed on dop sticks. Again, these are all from Missouri and Arkansas when I was down visiting the Ozarks. Yeah, look at that. Look at that striation. Beautiful. The colors. Excellent, excellent. So what I'm going to do now is take the 80 grit off, switch it to the 120 or the 260, and start rounding off the sides. And then we should get closer to a finished cabochon piece. Alrighty. Here's where we're at right now. We've got the shapes we want. We're just going to start polishing it down. So next one up is going to be the 240. And then I think I'm going to go jump up to 600 after that. Okie dokie, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. I'm moving up to the 800 grit and I'm going to try out these, I believe they're like marble floor polishing discs. This is the first time I'm trying them. I had to have a friend 3D print me some washers to attach it to my base. So let's get going on that and see how they do. Y'all, it sounds like a tiny bagpipe playing. I was not expecting that. So if you've been paying attention, a lot of these shapes are getting way smaller than the original rocks that I started with. And I believe I pointed out earlier that a lot of these rocks had fractures in them. Just hairline fractures, and then just with the right amount of pressure they snap apart. You can see where the orange stain from the river water is. So I would prefer to keep these shapes bigger, but like I said, once the fracture breaks, I have to work with what I've got. So if you're wondering why I keep grinding more and more off, it's not necessarily by choice, it's out of necessity. finished up the 800 grit, moved on to the 1500. That's looking pretty darn close to being good to me. Pretty nice polish. I'm thinking I'm going to put them all through the 3000 grit, and I think after that I will call it good. Let's get to it. So, if you remember, a couple hours ago, these were all big chunks of rocks I had found. Now they have been refined way down and highly polished to have these lovely little cabochons that you see here. Pretty darn happy with how they came out. This one is my absolute favorite. I love the color, I love the shape. It's got a little fracture in there, but I wouldn't be afraid to set that in jewelry, especially if it was a pendant. I wouldn't worry about it cracking further. This one also had a lot of fractures that I'm surprised didn't I'm surprised this piece made it all the way to the end and as good a shape as it did. These pieces here were not as lucky. They tried, but getting down to almost the last polish, that fracture finally gave out. Oh, that'll happen. That's lapidary for you. Well, it's that time again, folks. Thank you again for joining me in the cold attic, finishing up some of my winter projects. Again, I am the Michigan Mudlark, and if you like what you've seen and you want to see more, give me a like, give me a subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll be seeing you again. This is the Michigan Mudlark, signing off.